All right, let me wait for the notification to go up. Got sparked. Okay. So hopefully we'll see how this goes, because I actually kind of have to do this stream just a little bit on the quick side, because believe it or not, I am busy. It's actually why I'm late. Apologies for being almost 15 minutes late. It's funny because I was like, 5 minutes, I'll be fine. But then I got a little sidetracked as a creative. And plus, like, I don't know if I mentioned this in the past couple of streams or not, but basically I've started up a contracting job, which has been pretty cool. But we finally hit the point where stuff needs to happen, and I guess you could say my supervisor, my boss, is already kind of like, we gotta get content up, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I gotta start hitting the gas pedal on this thing, and that's why I'm like, shit, I actually got kind of busy today for the first couple of hours of the day, and as such, I also want to keep the stream a little bit on the short side. Turn on the light. I feel like it's still kind of bright. Pause. All right, how's that brightness? Brightness would be good. I really need a shave. I'm starting to patch. Shave and a haircut. Hopefully next week. After that first, maybe that first check hits. But I'm also still waiting for, okay. So let me bring up Google Keep. Move this over to the side. Get things kind of officially done. Yeah, because we actually have, 4 topics. It was originally going to be 5 topics, but I decided to splice out one of them as its own thing, which was the video that went up this morning that is officially bombing. It's the reason for why I don't do reactions, don't really talk about too much stuff like that. Basically, the brand new Spider-Man cartoon, I watched it Tuesday night. It goes live at like midnight. So since I got home practically around midnight, I took a shower real quick and I thought to myself, let me hop on Disney Plus, see if it's up. And it was up. I was like, you know what? It's a Spider-Man show. I tackle Spider-Man stuff. I should probably cover this. And so I watched the 2 episodes back to back. And on Wednesday, I did have a meeting, but then the meeting was only like half an hour. I was like, okay, you know what? After the meeting, since my whole setup here with the lights and everything's going to be set up, I was like, you know what? Mic is right here. Do it. And so that's pretty much what went up this morning, was the video that I filmed yesterday of me talking about those first 2 episodes. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like too many people are interested in my take. So it is what it is. But I did want to get, out there and see how that performed, and also just get my 2 cents out there as far as the 2-episode premiere. I've yet to decide if I'm going to be reviewing Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man every week. And if I do, but here's the thing, if I do, it won't be like its own dedicated video. I won't be in any rush to film it now. If anything, maybe it'll be during the live streams. So if I stream on either Wednesday or Thursday, I'll try to splice it into my Google Keep file and film it that way. I feel like this needs to be higher. I feel like my head is cutting off. Hold on. I feel like I'm choking a bitch. Every time I can't do it. Every time I adjust the camera, I get made fun of because my friends said that it looks like I'm choking someone. All right, there we go. I think that's a little better. Kind of. Yeah, that's arguably better. No, but yeah, for the premiere, I knew that I just wanted to do a separate video and see how it performed. And seeing that it didn't, again, it's the reason for why I don't do reactions, why I don't review the movies and the shows almost immediately. It's funny because for a while, especially at the ending of last year, I was kind of kicking myself a little bit for not covering Penguin as it was running. and then the show ended. Me and the girlfriend ended up making it a us show, a couple show. We're still in the process of finishing it. We only got 2 episodes left. Um, but I was like, should I have reviewed that when it was going on? And maybe that would have caused engagement. Maybe that would have had people talking, etc. Now, after posting my Spider-Man show review this morning, I'm like, nah. It is one of those cases where unless you're already in the bigums, as far as the people who do these kinds of reviews, they do the reactions, especially the reactions. If when it comes to reaction content, my observation is that if you're not already in like those, you're part of those people that are known for the reactions. So right now I could name some off the top of my head: Tyrone Magnus, Real Rejects, um, all those folks. If as much as I hate him, Soups, Supes, the guy that looks at the camera and just is overreacting, in my opinion. Um, and also had a little bit of his own controversy that I kind of expected. I think last year or the year before. Unless you're some of those people, Struggle Nation, who I actually do like. I do like Struggle Nation. They've gotten a little saccharine, but I still kind of like the guys. Unless you're those folks, I personally think it's over. If you're not, if you want to be a reactor, you got to come up with something else. Hey Nate, welcome to the stream. The camera looks good right there, bro. Awesome. Yeah, I feel like I got better headroom now. Awesome. So yeah, as far as this Spider-Man cartoon, I just wanted to get my 2 cents out there. And like I said, if I do review it weekly, and what's good is that it's 10 episodes, but they're in batches. They're coming out in batches. So we had the first 2 come out this Wednesday or Tuesday night at midnight if you want to get technical. Dark Collector, welcome to stream. Nothing personal, but I don't like Marvel. If you decide to review DC, I'll definitely watch it. I don't know, because you say that, but think about it this way, Dark Collector. For every you saying that, there's one other person saying the complete opposite. I don't like DC, but if you review Marvel, I'll watch it, and that's probably the people that tuned in to maybe check out this video, but it's just the numbers don't lie, and the numbers made me go, okay, what I'm probably going to do is that instead of rushing to get the video out to cover these episodes, I'll pretty much be like, all right, if anything, when I do the live streams, there'll be a topic. One of the topics from now until the end of season 1, one of the topics will be covering the newest episodes of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and then move on from there. And when the stream is ready for download and it's in high quality, I'll download it, splice out that segment, and that'll be its own thing with very little editing, without having to like cut to so many shots and clips of the show, etc. Especially as the episodes go down into the finale, there's going to be less stuff that I can really even splice to without probably risking myself getting a copyright claim or even a copyright strike from good old Disney. So by that extent, I'll be like, it'll probably be a bit more streamlined to cover those videos. So if one of those videos, as far as the Spider-Man show or covering the Spider-Man show, bombs, at least I won't feel as bad as far as the elbow grease that I put into the video. Because right now, it does sting a little bit to see that this video is literally at a 10 out of 10 ranking. And when I say, it's funny because you still have people, strings are weird. You still have people that hear 10 out of 10 when it comes to the ranking on YouTube as a creator. And people are like, oh my God, it's a 10 out of 10. It's like, no, that's bad. All right. It's like ranking. It's like going up, or, the lower the number, the better. If it's a 4 out of 10, that means it's the 4 best out of the last 10 episodes, or I'm sorry, the last 10 uploads you made. Obviously you want a 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 means that this is your best performing video within the last 10 videos that you've uploaded. Right now, my Spider-Man review from this morning, my review of the first 2 episodes of the Spider-Man cartoon, is a 10 out of 10. It's the worst performing video. And I'm like, all right, well, hello. Disconnected. Did we drop? We did drop. Did we drop? It did give me an alert saying OBS disconnected, and I saw a little bit of buffering. It shows that we're back. Let me know in the chat, guys. Are we back? I'm trying to figure out if that was an internet thing or if that was an OBS thing. I'm back? Okay. Yeah, I saw that. I definitely saw that. The Action Toys Ever, welcome to the stream. And Comic Guy, welcome to the stream. I watched Spider-Man yesterday, and I like so much some narrative ways the show's follow, but I like the animation. That's curious, Action Toys. I'm kind of like the opposite of you. I don't like the animation, but I do like the variances in the story. As far as, you know, Norman filling in for that Tony Stark role and all that stuff. Buffered and dropped mic for a moment, but we all good now. Yeah, that was weird. At least it wasn't like just random. OBS actually told me that they disconnected. It doesn't say drop frames, so I can only assume that it was a literal software thing. Hopefully. And hopefully it doesn't happen again. Oh boy. Johnny Shen, welcome to stream. Power Girl is huge, bro, and I don't mean her. Jesus, Johnny. No filter on you. Thick. Yeah, so after evaluating this, like I said, unless something turns around, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to cover the episodes in the live streams, splice it out. That way there's less effort. So if the video bombs, I'll be like, well, at least I just took a clip from the stream and that's it. Instead of it being its own little like mini production and such. Granted, you know, I'll be a hypocrite if I said, oh, I put so much work into that video from this morning. Not as much as the toy reviews. Definitely not as much as the toy reviews. I was able to pump it out in an effective manner. It does sting a little bit, but not as bad as it could have been. And also, like I said, they're releasing the episode in batches because 10 episodes on like 10 weeks, or I should say 9 weeks, since the first 2 got released on the same day, the same night, a couple nights ago. But no, next week they're doing 3 episodes, so 3, 5, and 6. No, 3, 4, and 5. Sorry, 3, 4, and 5. The week after that, they're doing another 3, 6, 7, and 8. And then the week after that, they're doing the last 2, 9 and 10. So I'm like, huh. There's a part of me that's like, kind of wants them to just dump it all. Or do it 1 episode a week, but then again, that would have taken too long, even for me. So yeah, at least, so what are we dealing with? 4 weeks? That's 4 weeks. Yeah, a 4-week breakdown of this Spider-Man show. So probably by the end of February, this will all wrap up. Perfect timing, actually, you know, especially since February is the shortest month. So let me look at the calendar. Go down to February. February 26th should be the last 2 episodes of your friend. Well, actually, no, because you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, the 19th, February 19th. And then you have a week break, and then March 4th, Tuesday, March 4th. Daredevil, Born Again. Hell yeah. So again, in case you guys haven't checked it out, I did post a review of the first 2 episodes of the new Spider-Man show, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which I gotta be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of that title, but maybe it'll grow on me over time. I kind of preferred freshman year. Missed out on that Power Girl. McFarlane said they were going to restock it, but not sure if that's totally true. Well, Johnny Shen, hold on. That'll actually perfectly segue into our first topic, quite honestly. Actually, hold on. Before I do that, let me pull up the Reddit page where I saw this. Actually, either Reddit or Instagram. Did I even save it? Please tell me I saved it. If I didn't save it, I think I should be able to just search it up, because it actually does a slightly effective job of pulling up rather quickly. Alright, I saved that for another topic. Looks like I'm going to have to search it up. Why is it not saving my sorting? Yeah, it's not coming up, so something tells me I'm gonna have to search it. Let's see. Power Girl. Oh, wait, that is way too broad. And I'm not talking about Power Girl, I'm talking about my search. Actually, there's 2 posts that can help me out here. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. And this way, do you want to buy Ultimate Iron Man Legends Hasbro figure? Are you asking me like directly to buy it from you, or if I'm ever like interested in buying an Iron Man figure? Because Iron Man figures, ever so often I'm like, okay, yeah, I would like a cool Iron Man figure, but you know, it would have to be a cool enough one. And as far as like the tiers of characters that I like, you know, I prefer Spider-Man first. And then even within Marvel, I think I would still put maybe X-Men in there. And then Iron Man, probably right after that. And when I say X-Men, I'm mostly talking about Wolverine, if I'm being quite honest. Oh, God. I just got an email from YouTube about a new feature. Speaking of Reddit, but you guys will see it. From Big Bad Toy Store. Yeah, if it's like a modern one, I don't know. It's funny because I heard some people say that recently they went to like a Ross and they found a specific variant of an Iron Man figure, but it's an Iron Man figure from the 2008 movie line. But it was for a suit that was not in the movies. It was one of those gimmicky Iron Man suits that's strictly for an action figure. You know, it's like it's got like green stuff on it or whatever. I can't remember specifically what it was called or what the theme was, but the box, the card, the bubble packaging was from the 2008 Robert Downey Jr. movie, the Jon Favreau movie, the very first one back in 2008, 16 years ago. And they found it at Ross, but it was like an assortment. It's like somebody brought in the box, a case that they probably had in their warehouse or something, and they just started selling it. I was like, what the Yeah, Dark Collector. Okay. So, got someone here in the chat saying that, or I'm sorry, no, a comic guy said, I missed out on the Power Girl, and Johnny Shen totally bombed. And then Johnny replied saying that McFarlane said they're going to restock it, but not sure if it's totally true. Well, how much is it totally true when you have figures popping up in stores that literally just went up for pre-order a few days prior? Because I gotta be honest, it does bring up a little bit of a conversation as far as pre-ordering, the habit and the practice of pre-ordering, and whether or not pre-ordering should even be done to begin with. And I am referring to the most recent set of the collector's edition waves from McFarlane Toys that consists of Guy Gardner, Captain Cold, and Power Girl. They went up for pre-order on January 23rd, Thursday, January 23rd, and it was a very chaotic morning because, as everybody predicted, Power Girl was the center of attention quite literally and sold out in a matter of minutes across almost every fan channel. Amazon, I'm sorry, not Walmart, but Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, even and most definitely the McFarlane Toy Store. From the singular releases to the bundle releases with the other collector's editions, and even the major $170 cases that come with like 6 Power Girls, one of which from McFarlane Toys, one of which is the variant, and then with Entertainment Earth, I think they say that there's a chance that one of them will be the variant. I don't think they confirmed straight up that that's going to be the case, no pun intended, but there's a chance. So I was able to secure pre-orders with Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth, especially since they don't charge right away. At the time, I didn't really have that much money, so I told myself, all right, really quick, I actually did wake up, and a really quick anecdote, I put down those pre-orders. Then I went over to the McFarlane Toy Store, because I think Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store had their listings up early for some reason, and we're talking like an extra minute early, not like a full 10, 15 minutes. We were talking like a minute early, 8:59, something like that. And I was like, ooh, locked it down. And then I hopped over to the McFarlane Toy Store, didn't see anything, gave it another refresh about a minute, like 9:01, 9:02, and then finally Power Girl was up there. Added her to my cart, and in the process of finalizing my PayPal details, just to see if it works, if it goes through, even if it maybe puts me in an overdrawn state, let's put it that way, it kicks me back to the McFarlane Toy Store page, and I get the alert saying we're out of stock. Or it says, oh, the amount that you have in your cart is not the amount that we have available, which is fancy speak for it's sold out. And as soon as I refresh, it's gone. So in the time that it took me to check out with PayPal to then send me back to McFarlane, it sold out. We're talking minutes here, 9:03, 9:04. And it was gone. She was gone. And of course, I did not have the incentive to want to do the case. And then at that point, I had already given up, because if it was gone on McFarlane Toy Store, it's got to be gone on the other channels. Even though I've already secured my pre-orders, just for the hell of it, I checked Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store again. She was gone. I checked Amazon. She was gone. I think GameStop still had her for an additional like 10-ish minutes, but then she was gone as well. And she just kind of popped in here and there, because a lot of people don't really like to pre-order stuff with GameStop. They would rather walk into the store, because they're always going to be charging you for that shipping. But it was just a little bit of an insane night. An insane morning. But was it worth it, though? When you have the goddamn figures themselves already showing up at Walmart's. This was photographed by a user named JJS_collectibles09, who was then reposted or re-storied. I don't know what the term is, but one of the more famous channels within the toy community amongst social media, mainly around Instagram. They do have a Twitter. I think they do have a Facebook, but on Instagram and on YouTube, they nail it each and every single time. And they're very resourceful. I have to give them a great amount of respect and admiration for being on it. Toy Shiz took JJS_collectibles09's shot, and like I said, retweeted, reposted it, Instagram, shared it as a story on Instagram, saying, hey, already found in the wild. Power Girl and even the Platinum, not even the standard, but the Platinum of Guy Gardner, in store at Walmart. Which leads me to believe one of two things, or rather both things. One, how can, even if it boggles my mind, because let's say the scenario that likely did happen, at least the one that I would like to articulate here. Some Gen Z Walmart employee who's literally just trying to unload a pallet and clock out so that they can go and hang out with their friends and spend their goddamn check, took a McFarlane box and just downstocked it. They didn't check street date, they didn't check anything, plopped it out there, and some lucky toy hunter was able to secure it. Okay? So let's go with that scenario that these were not officially supposed to be out. Even so, the fact that they're material and there's a legitimate shipper box in Walmart's by this point, 48 hours later, because this, if I remember correctly, I remember vividly seeing it on Toy Shiz's story. That was the Saturday after the pre-orders went live. Saturday, January 25th. In fact, I think it's not going to show me a date. Don't see a date. It says 4 days ago, so that'll be like the 26th at the latest. But something tells me we're talking about the 25th. That's just 2 days after pre-orders went live, and you mean to tell me she's already boxed up in a shipper? In a case of some kind? So even if it's not supposed to go out on the floor, it was still shipped to a Walmart already. So why is it even a pre-order to begin with, and why are we left with like buffer times, not just within the McFarlane Toy Store saying shipping in February? And I know that there's a chance that it could happen a little earlier, but why even put it there to begin with? And then don't even get me started on the other fan channels that are even giving us some dates of like March 2025. Like I think Entertainment Earth and even Amazon are hinting, or no, not GameStop, but rather Amazon is hinting at March. And the whole time I'm just like, then why have it be a pre-order to begin with? Like, what is the ethics at play here that you put up the pre-order, you get our money in advance, especially with McFarlane Toy Store, who does charge you right away. Because, like I said, there's channels that don't charge you right away, thankfully, which is where I put down my pre-orders. But McFarlane Toy Store does. But I am now looking at things a little suspect. Oh, yeah, and I forget, he did get Captain Cold along with this Joker Platinum from the Golden Age. Fidgetal. Why are these out there if you're listing it as pre-order? If anything, that page needs to say add to cart, not pre-order, because she is material and this Walmart already had it. It's that bracket of time. If maybe at the end of this week somebody did find it in the store, I'd be like, all right, well, officially now we're in February, and the page on McFarlane Toy Store does say February, so officially we're in that window. But the fact that this was still January 25th and somebody was able to just throw it in their cart and walk out with it, I'm sorry, but that is a little frustrating. And I don't believe this person was the only one that Toy Shiz posted out the story. Someone over here in the McFarlane Toy Store Reddit, Ham of the King, nice find at Walmart. Now, big into collecting. Now, I don't know if this is the same guy because it's the exact same platinum, but at the same time, I don't see the other two figures. Also, a little annoyed that not big into collecting McFarlane, but I really wanted this guy's. Well, you could have was ticked off that I missed out on the pre-orders. Literally just went up for pre-order and they're already in stores. Okay, McFarlane, so how do you explain a 3-month wait for UK stock to come out? That's what I'm saying. It's starting to get a little suspect. Now, kudos to some people afterwards, especially Ham of the King here, who did in fact post a photo of the barcode. So if you guys want to utilize the app or some other kind of resource, or you happen to be a Walmart employee, grab this screenshot, throw it into your database, and see which stores nearby have them. Because right now, like I said, it's feeling a little suspect that window between when the pre-orders went live and people already finding them in the stores is just really eyebrow raising. I really don't know how I 100% feel about that. How do you guys feel? Go to Zilla, welcome to the stream. Joshua Knox, welcome to the stream. Hey, chat. Everyone just talks about Hasbro and Fine. I want to hear collect Figma, Haya, or Storm Collectibles. At least you're going to discuss Beast Kingdom. Yeah, Beast Kingdom will be a topic. But the reason for why I don't talk about Haya, Storm Collectibles, or Figma is because I tackle Spider-Man and Batman, and literally those brands have not released any Spider-Man or Batman or related characters from Marvel or DC. They don't. Haya, I think, does mostly like Godzilla stuff. Storm does like fighting game stuff. And then Figma is an awful lot of like Japanese. Actually, can I grab them? Hold on. Figma. Link from, I want to say Skyward Sword. It's either Skyward Sword or maybe Twilight Princess, but I'm leaning towards Skyward. No, yeah, it's Skyward Sword. I remember the box now. It's like a bright blue. It's not like dark and monocolored. So yeah, it was Skyward Sword because it was like a light blue box that was using that aesthetic. So, I've tampered with Figma before. I like them. But that's not what the channel's focused on. So that's why I don't really do reviews on them. But, there's a couple of here and there that I collect. does have dust on it. It's been up there for a while. Well, Joshua Knox, you say, I'm surprised the Batman and Reverse 2-pack is still in stock. The autograph edition is still in stock. The standard is surprisingly sold out on the McFarlane Toy Store. Now, you could probably go on some other stores and they'll probably have it, but on McFarlane Toy Store, they probably made a certain amount and then they stopped. Especially since it's a reissue. It's not technically newer figures. I like ordering from MTS because I'm a Platinum member and I get an extra discount, but the bonus point cards they send with the shipments, they haven't sent me a bonus point card in a while. They do credit the account whenever a new order ships out. That's the bright side. But at the same time, I haven't gotten those cards that you scratch off the amount for. Whoa, Dark Collector, thank you for... I still haven't made an alert. God damn it. Dark Collector, thank you for the super chat. $2 super chat. Holy crap, David's Spider-Man. Look at the hoodie. Yeah, man. Yesterday I used the hoodie that has like the classic 1960s comic Spider-Man on it because it's almost like the animated show version. So I had to wear that for the animation, the series video. Whoa! Did you guys get your tax return already? Brian's new dishwasher. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Let's go, bro. Thank you. Something tells me some tax returns are hitting. Come on. Speaking of which, I have to do my taxes. I am not looking forward towards my taxes because I practically did not work last year. Except for YouTube. And even that's technically like a contractual thing. Which means I'm going to tax the hell out of me. I got my Stimmy check. Which Stim check? The only Stim check that I did hear recently is that Biden was supposedly sending out like $700 to those affected by the LA fires. But outside of that, I didn't hear anything. Yeah, I gotta make that alert. Joshua, welcome to the stream. There's like two Joshuas in here. Toy Shiz is how I was able to secure Power Girl. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. For a while, I was like, why am I not following Toy Shiz? And finally, I was like, yeah, hit follow. Finally following. Excuse me. For a hot minute, I thought those pictures were Photoshop, but with that YouTube review, it changed my mind completely 180. Wait, Dark Collector, what are you talking about? You're talking about Power Girl? We both live in California. We'll find them in stores. Just be patient, bro. Oh, Nate. Oh, my God. Joshua Knox, thank you for the £5 super chat. Regardless of what people collect, we can all enjoy each other's happiness. Sorry if I came off as petty or judgmental. When? I didn't read it. But thank you guys. Thank you. I was not expecting that today. And to think that for a second I wasn't going to go live because, like I said, I've been busy with stuff. But no, but Nate, you said we both live in California. I'll do you one better. You know, I got pissed off when I saw Toy Shiz's post or story or whatever about that Power Girl getting found at Walmart. I got livid. Well, maybe not livid. Maybe that's a little hyperbolic. But I got incredibly frustrated. You know why? Without doxing myself too much, I'll keep it vague. That Power Girl, along with those other figures, the Captain Cold and the Platinum Guy Gardner, were found in Pomona, California. They were found at a Walmart in Pomona, California. Not only is that where I was born, I'm roughly between 50 to 55 minutes away from that Walmart. Less than an hour away from that Walmart. And that Saturday, I opened Toy Shiz's story and it says, "Hey, Power Girl found in Pomona, California." So imagine what I did that Saturday, which thankfully I had some free time. I, not immediately, because I still had to eat. I was hungry at the time, so I made myself dinner. Did some editing. And then when the time came, I was like, all right, before I hit the gym, let's spend a good hour. And I hit up as many Walmarts here in my area as possible, which technically are only like 4. Nothing. Bupkis. In fact, one of my Walmarts was loaded with that Green Lantern figure. That gold label. And then the other Walmart was loaded with the Action Comics 1000 Superman. That's ironically funny. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I'm like, I would have felt much better if it was found like somewhere Midwest, like Iowa or whatever. I'm like, well, just got to keep an eye out whenever I go to Walmart. But the fact that it was Pomona, California, where, again, I was born, and it's within driving distance. It's a bit of a drive. It's a hefty drive, 50 minutes, and gas is costly in these days. But it's like doable. You know what I mean? Like it's not even driving to like LA or anything. It's like I just got to get past the hill and I can get there. But it would also be a waste because I know that this guy's walking out with them, and Lord knows if there's even more up on the peg. You know what I mean? It's one of those like the best analogy I can think of. It's like frustrated over spilt milk or crying over spilt milk, but the milk is decadent. It's the type of milk that you buy from Sprouts or Whole Foods that's made out of the most pasteurized, creamy delightfulness. It's not just your average, Walmart milk or whatever. Yeah, it's like it's getting frustrated like that, where it's like, okay, you can't do anything about the spilt milk, but the milk was nice, and you've tasted that milk before, and it is good milk. That's what I equate it to. David, what do you think of the new Storm Arena figure lines? I don't know what those are. Joshua, that's a 30-minute drive from you? Scalpers put you off, Joshua? Yeah, it's just a matter of like knowing where to shop. Like, recently Ross has become a place to find things at a discount, at clearance. Checking out the clearance section at Targets. And then also, from Amazon. Recently, you said that you want to build a Plastic Man. About a month or two ago, I bought the Batman that is part of that wave, which is technically just the Three Jokers Batman, but just all black. But he comes with the Plastic Man pieces, and I think I got him for like $10 or $11, as opposed to the usual 25. Yeah, and that's because he was on clearance. Yeah, to a certain extent, there is the thrill of the hunt. There's always that like it's not here, but it's like a white whale. You still like Moby Dick. You still have that thing to look out for because as weird as this is gonna sound, I've had my fair instances where I was on the hunt for something, and not only do I find that, but then I find like a couple of other things bundled in there. It's all in the store. But two things happen. One, my wallet stings because I bought so much stuff. But then two, I'm like, well, I'm no longer hunting for things. Damn, I'm going to start missing it to an extent. So yeah, I can kind of see that. 36-hour drive. You guys think that Power Girl will be hanging on the pegs? To be honest, no. I think you're likelier to find Guy Gardner hanging, maybe. But Power Girl, I gotta be honest, I may be jumping the gun here, but I don't think she's gonna be a peg warmer. And I think McFarlane knows that. Okay, so what was the next topic? Cause yeah, that is gonna be strange. Actually, this is perfect. Let me go back to that Reddit. Oh, cool. Found it. Found the post. I needed to use this post for the topic because it has a very funny photo. Let me just double check that there's nothing overly sensitive here in the information, and there isn't. So I think we should be good. You know what, Dark Collector? You changed my mind. I think Captain Cold will be the peg warmer, and Guy Gardner might be definitely more available than Power Girl, but not as peg warmy. And I think the reason why is because of the Superman movie. I think Superman will the movie will spike up just a little bit of interest in this character with the weird haircut. And so once people see the figure out in the story, even if it's not the official Nathan Fillion James Gunn version, it'll go a long way of like incentivizing people to check it out. I think there's gonna be something there. So you know what? You changed my mind. I think maybe Captain Cold will be the peg warmer, and Guy Gardner will fly just a little faster. So this whole discussion about Power Girl already shipping, or at least already arriving in certain stores, even though pre-orders just went live, just puts into perspective other pre-orders that have gone live. Such as the case recently this week with the pre-order launch of the Max Fleischer Superman, which also almost disappeared. That figure is practically gone. I think there's a couple of retailers like Best Buy and GameStop that still have it. But as far as like the main places like McFarlane, I don't know if any of you guys picked up the Max Fleischer Superman. I was interested, but not as much as the Christopher Reeve, because I don't have that great affinity with the Max Fleischer. I understand his cultural significance, but I personally just didn't think to myself like, oh, I definitely need to get this figure. So I didn't, wake up early for it. I told myself if it's still available when I wake up later on in the morning, then I'll check it out. And unfortunately, it wasn't. So I'll just keep it wasn't available from the sites that don't charge you right away. That's really where I went to pre-order, either Amazon or Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth. Unfortunately, all three of those were in fact sold out. So a lot of people, there's still quite a bit of demand for the Max Fleischer Superman. He is available through GameStop and Best Buy the last time I checked. In fact, just to be on the funny side, let me go to McFarlane's little page here that had the Max Fleischer just show up. While I looked that up, the pre-orders are still going live and strong to the point where they also had Tempest and Dark Flash, New Kid in Town version, also go live for pre-order on Wednesday the 29th. Around that time, they also supposedly wanted another figure to go live, but it had to be delayed, which was a very curious case, which was the Gold Label GameStop exclusive Icon. Which looks interesting, but I literally know nothing about the character, so that's outside of my wheelhouse. But interesting to see that they're dabbling in other characters, and that's going to be readily available. But what is not readily available, though, is this Max Fleischer Superman, because this thing also sold out. Maybe not as quickly as Supergirl, but as Power Girl, but kind of getting up there. Because you'll see right here on the McFarlane Toys page, you have the official link right here, and he does look pretty good in the photos. He does look all right, and I like the usage of the cloth cape, but I do see a little bit of similarities as far as the body, as far as the hands, where I'm like, yeah, I feel like I've seen the Superman before, and that's why, despite being down for the Christopher Reeve version, this one's the one that I'm like, I don't know. So you can see right here, completely gone at Entertainment Nerds, set for an April release there. Still available at Best Buy, but only through shipping. So if you don't have free shipping, that's a little bit costly. Pre-orders naturally sold out at Big Bad Toy Store. I don't know why they go so quickly. Still available at GameStop, but completely sold out at McFarlane. They have it listed for February, so we'll see how far that goes. And then nothing on Amazon right there. So yeah, you can see that almost everywhere except these two retailers, surprisingly enough, still available. So how many of you guys are interested in the Max Fleischer? Because again, we just had this discussion about how titillating pre-orders are right now, since you would have the gut feeling to want to pre-order, but now knowing that some shit could be dropping in a matter of days and find it in store, like, just imagine I go to Walmart or Target or whatever later on because I want to buy some brioche bread to make some French toast. I go into the McFarlane Toy Store and I see Max Fleischer Superman. I gotta be honest, if that happens, I might be done pre-ordering. I might just let the thrill of the hunt speak for me and then focus on actual pre-orders towards something that I know is a little bit on the niche side. So when it comes to like importing certain stuff from Mayfix or ASH Figure Arts, that's probably more where the priority will lie, because now I'm starting to feel just a little sketchy with McFarlane should this happen a second time. Happened with Power Girl, a little bit of a weird step to start off on 2025. If the same thing happens with either Max Fleischer or frankly any of these figures that went up for pre-order yesterday morning, like Tempest or Dark Flash, we're going to have to need a little bit of a dialogue when it comes to what is the importance of pre-ordering and, whether or not it's even worth doing. Jason's Electric, welcome to the stream. Christian Corbett, welcome to the stream. Haven't seen you in a while. Did you get your notifications that Power Girl will be shipping to those that secured one? Johnny, technically, yes. But from, which I just remembered, I have one other pre-order, because I have two pre-orders, one from Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store. But last night I got an email from GameStop saying your order will be shipping. Just double check that your information is correct. And I'm like, what did I have? And then I get a second email with the exact same description. It's for two things that I had on pre-order. One of which, and I almost kind of forgot about both. One of which was actually Power Girl. Power Girl became available on GameStop for a quick minute, I think a few days ago. And I told myself, well, GameStop doesn't charge, even though they're going to be charging shipping. But just to be on the safe side, maybe even get it earlier than the other two retailers, and I can cover it on the channel, put down that pre-order. And last night I got the email saying, hey, but here's the thing. Before we get a little too ahead and excited, we have to remember one thing. GameStop always sends out those emails roughly around 2 weeks before the release of something, whether it be a figure, a game, a console, an accessory. It's always within the 2-week mark. They always send out that email. It doesn't mean that they actually have it on hand and they're about to send it to you or give it to you. Doesn't necessarily mean that. It just means that they're hitting that 2-week mark. David, where are you located country-wise? U.S., California. Are you saying Power Girl is up for pre-order, but it showed up in Walmart? Joshua Knox, you're barely getting that? Yes, that's the reason for why I'm looking at McFarlane a little suspect, is that those pre-orders went live Thursday morning, but then Saturday somebody finds it in store. It's like, it kind of makes people who woke up early and were like constantly refreshing feel like idiots. Because it's like, okay, or we could have just waited. And some people, in the time that we live in, you know, even though it's 30 to 40 bucks, you know, and I'm factoring in shipping and taxes afterwards, all things considered, sometimes 30 or 40 bucks is a matter of an action figure or going to a place like Winco that has pretty competitive prices and buying food for the week, or at least the next few days. So that first $40 maybe could have gone towards food, and then maybe later on that Friday, they could have gotten paid their next check, and now they can go into Walmart, get some extra food, but while they're there, holy shit, Power Girl, I can get her. That's why we're talking about this. The Swan Superman, which one's that one? Comic Guy? It's $400. The Spawn statue. I saw the Spawn statue being showcased on the social media platforms, but I didn't know it was for. Dude, come on. It's got to be niche. He's got to be making that money back. Kurt Swan was my Superman artist growing up. Waiting on that one to drop. What does it look like? Kurt Swan Superman. Immediately came. Ooh, oh, okay. He's almost like a mix between 1940s. What year was this? Because he honestly looks like 56. Oh yeah, there you go, 1971. Yeah, it's like 70s Superman, where it's got a little bit of that 40s Fleischer, but then a little bit modernity. Is that how you say it? It's a little in between. Oh, okay. Actually, I think it's Superman. It's funny because with this style of Superman, we either need a new McFarlane figure, or technically you can maybe take the Max Fleischer head and put it on the classic, that one that had the weird goofy smile, but then swap the heads and retool it. And I think that could maybe work. I just don't like the torso. The torso looks weird. Why did he animate the torso like that? I'm sorry, but look, we gotta look at this. I don't like that torso. Looks like a fridge. He looks like he would fit right at home in Last of Us Part 2. I don't mean to change the subject, but seeing that Superman figures remind me, I recently saw for the first time Hollywoodland, and then chills when it comes to the dark history of a Superman actor. Actually, yeah, yeah, that is a little still kind of related. Where we often, it's easy to forget. Like they always show footage of like George Reeves and the legacy of Superman and stuff like that, and then there are times where we're like, is it ethical to keep showing that footage, knowing that it's because of this character that he was like, no one else is giving me a chance because I was Superman. I'm out. Let's just put it that way. I'm out. And it's like, ugh, damn, that's dark. And I'm laughing because it's dark, not because it's actually funny. I'm just laughing because it's like, how do we, like, we always have that dissonance whenever we watch, like, these documentaries about the legacy of the character, and they always splice in George Reeves, and I'm like, is it right to show that? And that's an actual question. Like, I'm not casting direct judgment. I just think, like, should we show it or should we not show it? Or would it be nastier to not show it? Now, earlier, guys, I said that I got an email. I got 2 emails from GameStop. One of them was for that. Oh, god damn it! Why is it doing that? Am I still streaming? Okay, I think I'm still streaming. All right. Now, earlier I said that GameStop, I'm sorry, shot me 2 emails saying that your pre-order is about to drop, but of course it's that obligatory GameStop email that they do every whenever it's about to be 2 weeks from the release of something. One of them was for that Power Girl, and I mentioned to you guys that I put down that pre-order because I wanted to just cover my bases, and who knows, maybe it'll come earlier before Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth by some sheer happenstance. The other email, speaking of finances and what it means to pre-order and allocating money for pre-order first before finding it in store and not having the money for it later because you spent the rest of it on food, such and such. What do you do when your pre-order is a whopping $250 for a McFarlane Toys purchase that happens to be $250? You guys know exactly what we're talking about. It is that Joker set. Lo and behold, it's back, boys. We are so back. The 2019 Joker set, marked for 250. As Moist Critical, we say doubloons, clams, doubloons. Did I say doubloons already? It is shipping. Even though we were told between maybe somewhere in March or April, yada yada, we have our first signs or signals of whatnot of some poor souls getting charged $250 for this set already shipping from McFarlane Toys. So a good old 07 to this guy, who I believe goes by Cheesy Spam over on the McFarlane Toys subreddit, who not only posted his shipping notification, but covered his sensitive material, rightfully so, thank God he did that, but funny enough, and it's almost like he's self-aware, posted, not only did he scribble it out, but he even threw in some clown emojis on top of the sensitive information, which was really clever, really smart, because frankly, I think that's how, some folks could feel after pre-ordering this thing, especially from the McFarlane Toy Store, who does in fact charge you right away. But this, hell, even though we're down to like the last 2 days, this thing was listed as March, pre-ordered March. And yet we're in January, and not only is he shipping, but I think he's already arrived in some places. So it's already here. It's already here. And then on top of that, some folks already got it. This is not Cheesy Spam. This is another user by the name of Batman GFYS, live with Murray and Franklin. There it is. There's the box. The big shipper in the flesh. Limited edition deluxe collector set of the Joker movie. It's arriving, guys. So how many of you in the chat, don't be shy, don't be a coward, tell the truth. Tell the truth. Did you pre-order the Joker set? And if so, regardless of where you pre-ordered, from the McFarlane Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, hell, even Amazon, have you heard of any changes to the release date? I'm going to tell you guys right now, I do have a pre-order with Amazon, but it's only because it's telling me April, which I want to say will give me time to rethink whether or not this is worth it. Because, gotta be honest, I want to see a legitimate review of this guy first before I decide to actually go through with that pre-order. I I did, however, get that second email because I completely forgot I did have a pre-order for this at GameStop. And GameStop was saying that apparently they have a release date of February, which I didn't believe at the time. But now seeing that McFarlane Toy Stores themselves is shipping the figures, it might not be a shocker that GameStop might be shipping too, and might actually meet that February 14th release date that they had listed. And seeing that, I was like, okay, Power Girl's one thing, but no, I straight up canceled my pre-order at GameStop. So right now I only have one pre-order for this set, and that's through Amazon because A, I can ship it to a drop point so I can pick it up easily instead of having a massive box here on my front porch that anybody could jack. And B, their return policy, so in case I change my mind even after the fact. And C, they have theirs listed for April, which means hopefully I still got at least another 2.5 months to formally decide if this is something that I actually want to follow through on. And I'm looking also at this Robert De Niro figure, and it looks like he's wearing a Nixon mask. And then on top of that, I can see some replications of the suit from other figures that, you know, characters wearing suits with the torso cut and the oh, this is the Two-Face body from the Dark Knight trilogy set. It's the Two-Face body. Why does he have the gun though? So yeah, guys, like I said, be truthful, and here's all the other pieces of the set. And then again, the really weirdly included value inflating life-size pieces, the replicas. Don't understand why they have to be in there. The Joker I know that it's gonna be scalped to all hell, but I would rather go on like Mercari, eBay, etc., and try to see if somebody is willing to sell the figure just by itself, or simply just wait and see if McFarlane does like a gold label. But yeah, already out in the wild, this guy right here, at Zealous Ideal 254, already received it from the McFarlane Toy Store along with the letter. There it is as part of his mail call, along with a couple of other things. And then this guy actually went ahead, KO not only has the set, but also made a little custom blood effect, along with a couple of other figures he has in his mail haul right there. Apparently, his Jonah Hex was a freebie. Cool. Oh, blood effect is from a Mezco set. I thought he made it. Still, pretty interesting. So yeah. Spoilers, by the way. God damn it. So, yeah. Perhaps the saga of the infamous $250 set from the Joker movie by McFarlane Toys is finally coming to an end. What do you guys think? I paid $140 from MTS. Joshua, did you use like a coupon or something? I really hope you did. Oh, Comic Guy, you used the digital thing? That's smart. That is smart. The floors, I knew the floor was going to be bad because it looked like cardboard. I can tell it was cardboard. Johnny Shen, seen a review, not worth it? Yeah, I'm going to have to Google up or YouTube some reviews because, yeah. So right now, like I said, when I got that email from GameStop, I was like, nope, I completely forgot about this. I'll happily keep the Power Girl order, but not the Joker set. I can't do it. I know that I make content for McFarlane Toys, and this is somewhat Batman related, even though it's Joker, this version of the Joker. But man, I can't do it. See, I still need Reddit. Knowing eBay, somebody's gonna sell the figure itself more than the set. Yeah, like 250 for just the figure, or maybe even 300. Fuck out of here. Yeah, 140 would not be bad for that set, but 250, and like I said, the only way they managed to do it is using a code that came with a digital. I'm not in that game, so that's why I'm like, shit. Yeah, I mean, unless there's some kind of loophole where I can acquire one without spending that 250, because I just can't, in good conscience, spend 250. Just even if it's gonna be a content. Let me put it to you guys this way. If my channel, not to make this sound as woe as me, just from a strictly pragmatic point of view, if I had a if this YouTube channel was somewhere around the realm of like 100,000 subscribers, and I know that putting out a video of any kind will yield a return of like 5,000 views within the first day or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be a good guarantee of what like a lot of people in the business like to say, ROI, return of investment. Then yeah, I would probably have put down the pre-order for the Joker set on the McFarlane Toy Store site. In fact, just out of curiosity, is it still up on the McFarlane Toy Store site? Joker set. It is. Huh. And I know they have payment plans and all that stuff, but I'm like, I can't do it. It's a matter of ethics. It's not about money. It's about sending a message. Brian, if anything, maybe they'll make that into like a statue. That sounds more like a statue thing. Dark Elector, jeez. Again, I'm pretty convinced that some of you guys are already getting your tax returns. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you. I wonder how much Power Girl will go on sale on eBay. Poison Ivy and Wonder Woman go for around 110 each. I want to say about the same. I think there's already some people. You know what, Dark Collector, for super chatting? We're going to find that out right now. Hopefully my info's not out there. McFarlane. I'm pretty sure there's probably some disgruntled Walmart employee who already broke Street Date and opened up a fucking case. I can't tell how real these are, as one never does on eBay. Huh. I mean, these are still ridiculous, but it's also not like, maybe in due time, because it's still under pre-order, so they're probably like, oh, once these pre-orders, you know, start shipping out, then we can kind of gauge how much we can charge these for. Because right now, I mean, yeah, they're scalping, but I was expecting worse. $55, so almost double, just a little shy of double. 45 here, but again, you can't tell how authentic these are, or if they're just like using the same photo. These two look like the same photo. These two look like the same photo. Case in point, this actually looks a little unique. Oh, here we go. Wait. In hand. And these photos are a little bit more believable because of how they look on top of that surface. That is one art. The artwork they use for the back. You guys ever seen a movie called Grandma's Boy? 120 though. There it is. And keep in mind, this is still during the pre-order stage. Okay. This next one will be a little quick, even though I know a lot of you, even though I used it in the title and in the thumbnail, there's not much that we can really extrapolate here until the folks over at Marvel Legends actually say something, which I want to say could happen a little sooner rather than later if some speculation on some tweets are being led to believe. So let me open up here on the side, and while I do that, there's some speculation as to when we're gonna get some more information on the on probably one of the biggest surprises of the year so far for Marvel Legends, which has to be the Maximum series, starting with Spider-Man, which a lot of people have attributed to looking a little like the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man. And the included accessories and the value that's been packed into the box that makes it a very essential pickup for a lot of Spider-Man Marvel Legends collectors. One of which I even look at and go, this looks legit, and I might have to pick it up day one. Now, when they revealed it during the live stream, during the Hasbro Pulse fan stream, they didn't really divulge too much into information. They said that information was going to be coming in February. Well, February is honestly either about to be upon us or already on us by the time that, you know, we even get close to even posting this as its own separate video. And even by this point, we already have the official pre-order launch of the Electro from Spider-Man No Way Home. Already went live this morning, actually, across Amazon and I think a couple of other fan channels. I did put down a pre-order on Amazon, but again, that's only because they don't charge right away. And that's really about it. I didn't really want to go through the trouble of keeping too many pre-orders live and trying to keep track of where's what. So I was like, just let it be Amazon and just be done with it. And who knows if I'll keep that pre-order and I'll cover it on the channel and whatnot. But this tweet from Preternia has me kind of interested. Because not only did he tweet out about the possible links of this was posted yesterday, actually, saying that Electro was going live tomorrow, But on top of that, right underneath it, it says right there, Mini Comic Wave pre-orders next week, which is the one that includes that Miles Morales with the little mini comic, and then Max Spidey the week after. So we could be only 2 weeks away from Max Spidey going live for pre-order. And then over here on the side, I do have Dan Yun, his post, or his Twitter feed. And so far, it looks like he's only really talking about the Electro going live on January 30th. But then he also hints at the 1970s TV show Spidey, Walmart exclusive in the US, and it'll be going out for pre-order sometime in March, which does feel like a little bit of a whiles away for this particular Spidey. But sandwiched in between, it looks like Max Spidey will be going live for pre-order. Now, Dan Yun himself didn't say anything, but Paternia is the one that is saying it. Now, I honestly don't know where the resources are coming from as far as Max Spidey going out for pre-order in possibly about 2 weeks. But what makes it just a little bit believable is that we have apparently some potential leakage, that sounded weird, of a price point. This was posted a few days ago, almost about a week ago, from XLikenX over on the Marvel Legends subreddit. And it's this post right here from what appears to be a Mexican online retail called rifttoys.com.mx. And it's in Spanish. And the page itself has it listed. And as you can see, this is the Max Spidey. Apparently listing it for 1,199 pesos. Because it's Mexico. Pesos. A rough conversion of this, apparently, according to him, take it with a grain of salt, as we should. Seems Mexico has some info on the new Spidey, 1,200-ish pesos to USD is roughly $60. $60. Potentially, allegedly, pure speculation, could be a lot less. But we could be looking at a $60 price for the maximum Spidey from Marvel Legends. Does this make or break the figure for you guys? Kind of breaks it a little bit for me. Because 60, I mean, come on. Now, some people in the chat are saying that Mexico sometimes inflates the prices for their general stuff a little higher than we do here in the States, kind of like the Canadian dollar. I often hear people in Brazil say that their video games are like super overpriced, even though it's not even a conversion thing. It's like even when you convert, it's still higher than what we pay for video games in Brazil. So it's possible that maybe this is just, like I said, a very inaccurate translation. This guy right here, Nova Prime 30, says that saw that a person from Mexico said prices for certain a $35 deluxe figure. So if it's 35 would be amazing. It'll make it a little competitive to the point where pre-ordering is going to be a bitch, but 60, I don't know. Yeah, if it's 60, might as well save for an import. Yeah, because literally you think 60 and go, oh, 50, 60, it could be done. And I'm like, yeah, but what really puts things into perspective is that you look at 60 for Marvel Legends. Add literally another $15 to $20, that's a Mafex, or even a Figuarts of a Spidey, whether it be a Spidey from the movies or even from the comics, which would probably be more so from Mafex, because if you're looking for something comic book looking, Mafex is probably the way to go. And even then, you're going to get more web accessories, more hands, better articulation. Why not bump it up to that prosumer tier? So 60 would in fact break it for me, if I'm being quite brutally honest. But all we can really do right now is speculate because, again, when it comes to these flyers, especially when it's from a different country, that's all that we can really do. What do you guys think? Most scalped and most infamous. I agree, Joshua. I'm gonna try pre-ordering it, but at the same time, I'm gonna try not to lose too much hair and sleep over it either. Too much at 60. 60 is not good at all. Hey, Diamond Select is I don't know why you deleted that, Johnny, but I mean, yeah, I mean, Diamond Select is, you know, facing some bankruptcy, so wouldn't it be funny if Todd came in there and was like, "Hey, I'm here to help, but let me do those figures." I'll have to see the McFarlane Spider-Man done McFarlane and McFarlane Toys as a figure, not a statue. Yeah, but just knowing that you're sacrificing that 6 inch for the 7 inch, there's going to be a lot of pushback for that. Add 50 and get a Mesco. Well, at that point you're doubling the price. The argument kind of falls a little bit because you could. I feel like that's such a discrepancy that people will still be motivated to get the Marvel Legends. So the argument would be a Mayfix, because at Mayfix you'll just be adding about at least $10, at most 20, and you're already at Mayfix. What's wrong with 6 inches? By itself, not much. It's just about what you do with it. Want everything to be cool. This is so cool. That's my Todd McFarlane impression. Look at this guy. Looks so cool. That's probably why I don't get free stuff. Like other content creators. Even though they barely do anything for their videos, they just have the camera propped up. Okay. Now I'm getting bitter. Getting bitter, getting tired, and I'm losing my voice. So let's cover this last topic here. It's funny because I can never find a proper image. They didn't bother to post it on their Twitter. So I'll probably have to check Instagram. Let me pull up Instagram. I think they have it on the Instagram. They do. Okay. Yeah, I guess they. I don't know why they posted this on Instagram, but not on their Twitter. Okay. Also, let's see. So this is going to be our last topic. And like I said, I wanted to keep the stream kind of concise, short, and moving because I am surprisingly busy. I have stuff to do. So we'll be moving on through with this one. But let's see here. So a couple of days ago, refreshed my Instagram, and I saw a post that at first I thought was McFarlane Toys, or even maybe Mayfix or something like that, only to find out that it was Beast Kingdom, and I'm like, huh, Beast Kingdom, another Batman, more Batman figures, or rather DC figures overall, that are not movie related or existing license related. It's more so leaning towards the comic book side of things, something that's a bit more iconic and mainstay for where these characters come from. It looks like we're getting a Justice League assortment from Beast Kingdom, lifted from the Alex Ross series. They're calling it the DC Comic 90th series because they are celebrating 90 years. And it's part of the DAH line, Dynamic Action Heroes. So same line as where the movie Batman stuff is coming from, like the Keaton Batmans, the upcoming movie Batmans from Bale to Clooney to Kilmer, which I still have on pre-order, by the way. But now they're bringing us a Justice League based on the Alex Ross kind of interpretations. And they're looking pretty decent. Granted, the faces are a little bit on the really like swollen and muscular and beefy side, but that's always been Alex Ross's artistry and style. And I do see a little bit of replication when it comes to like the torso pieces. I'm noticing the torso for Batman and Superman look pretty much the same, except decoed out differently. You got the different symbols on top. But I do like the head sculpts. They look a little oversized. The sculpting and the detail on them looks pretty cool. But they just look just a little bit... Beast Kingdom's always had some weird proportion issues. So I'm hoping that that's something that kind of, mess with a little bit. It doesn't look like they were messing around when it comes to certain proportions on Batman, if you know what I mean. Jesus fucking Christ. I just saw that thing. Oh, he's delivering justice, all right. The only one that maybe has proportions that could fit would probably be Flash, because he's meant to be a leaner character. He's supposed to be, running fast. So it fits him better. But when it comes to the bulkier characters, I hope that the proportions are on like the elbows, the knees, are a little bit more on the favorable side. Looks like we're getting a wired cloth cape for Superman, for all the characters. I just don't like how this flappiness on Batman looks. Superman looks nicer, but Batman, if we can kind of tailor that a little bit better, that'd be nice. But I do like just the sheer conviction to want to go with just straight up comic book Alex Ross style Justice League figures, complete with even a Darkseid teased there in the background. I'm like, Darkseid, beefy and massive like that to scale, so he's probably gonna be like about this big. I'm kind of down for that. And imagine if this ends up being like a build-a-figure style kind of wave. With that said, I also hope that it's not the only wave, because there's some serious omissions from this series. In particular, some that are not only part of the Alex Ross interpretation, but they're even kind of hinted at here at the bottom, this little like strip. You have, who is obviously missing from the series and kind of bothered me at first, Wonder Woman. Where's Wonder Woman? It's kind of weird that we get Green Lantern and Flash getting figures first before Wonder Woman, who, before we even get to Justice League, we have the Trinity, which is Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. Then we get Justice League. So, gotta be honest, before either Flash or Green Lantern, it should have been Wonder Woman already in there. But I don't know if they're kind of following a similar mentality that McFarlane does, where they're scared that they're not going to track with the demographic. I don't know, but kind of wish we had a Wonder Woman. Now, again, if you go and kind of look at the strip here at the bottom, she is teased right there. That's Wonder Woman's shoulder with her hair. And then behind her, you do see the scales of Aquaman, and then the shoulder and emblem of Martian Manhunter. So it kind of begs the question if we're going to get those three members as DAH Beast Kingdom figures later on down the line in the second wave. And if so, I'm imagining that these are probably going to be priced at the same as all the other Beast Kingdom figures, which is about $50 roughly. I'm definitely going to try to pick up that Batman. I don't know about the rest of the wave, if I'm being honest. We'll have to see where I'm at with reviews, with finances, such. Batman is probably a given, but the other characters, I don't know. I'll have to keep you guys posted. But again, I do like the what's the word I'm looking for? The initiative for Beast Kingdom to be like, all right, we're actually going to tackle something comic related instead of just movie or video game related. And I'm like, all right, this is a breath of fresh air, if you will, from a collector standpoint. I just wish that they can get the proportions down a little nicer, because like I said, the sculpting work is pretty great. I just wish that heads don't appear as small as they do here. And especially since you don't want to take an awful lot of the sculpt and paint work for granted, especially with an artist and style like Alex Ross. Dr. Nobody, welcome to the stream. Guess that Bat credit card isn't the only thing he's packing below the belt. First thing I saw, it took me a while because I was trying to cover the topic, and then I looked down. I was like, Jesus. That too, the accessories. We got to take a look at what they're packing in for value, because every so often, Beast Kingdom could do well with the accessories, but if they feel a little too finicky, like some of the ones with the Keaton Batman did, or even the body for Keaton Batman, which actually, I think it was the Return. No, yeah, the Returns Keaton. I actually had to return it to Mike's Toys and stuff and get a second one because it broke. Or was it the Flash Keaton? It was one of the Keatons. I had to get a second one. They've done a Darkseid before? Really? Ooh. And it's a oh, okay, it's a figure. At first I thought it was a statue. So it's just not an Alex Ross one. It's more like just a straight up, here's Darkseid. I don't know if he's based on anything. This one right here. It does look pretty nice. Interchangeable face sculpt light up function. This might be a Grail. 20. Why do you have to say centimeters? Why can't you just say inches? And I do have to apologize a little bit because Beast Kingdom did tease it before. Here's their full blown. Okay, so it is going to be a figure. I think it's just going to be a standalone figure. I don't think they're going to do the whole build a figure approach. And then there's that Superman before he was fully revealed. Wait, are these? Oh, there they are. Well, a couple of them. Yo, it looks like Superman is packing too. Although that's Kingdom Come Superman, but he's packing too. The most anti-woke figures. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. I don't care. Wow. They are 1/10 scale, Joshua. Yeah, all those figures are, I'm assuming, are 1/10. Because over every Beast Kingdom figure that I've either seen or even picked up myself, they're 1/10. They're always like a little, kind of like right about there-ish. And I'm telling you right now, the head sculpt for the Flash Keaton Batman is, it's amazing. It's great. The bigger those figures are, the more they're able to put into the sculpting. I just wish that the amount of time they put into the sculpting and the paintwork for that head and the likeness, they can put towards maybe a little bit of that body. Also, Christian, I'm sorry I missed your. I saw it and then I just got sidetracked. But you making any gaming content at all, David? Well, like last year, I think it was August, to celebrate the 15-year anniversary, I did a retrospective of Arkham Asylum, and then recently, I've been titillating, kind of throwing around the idea of booting up Arkham City, playing through that, capturing that footage, and doing a retrospective on Arkham City, because I know that in June of this year is the 10-year anniversary of Arkham Knight. 10 years already since Arkham Knight came out. So something that I kind of have aspirations to do is to do a retrospective of Arkham City very, very soon, hopefully by end of February, something like that. And then either in April or May, a retrospective of Arkham Origins. That way we're caught up. And by June, we could do Arkham Knight for the 10-year. And speaking of gaming content, a little bit thematic, a lot of great segues. Today was the release of Spider-Man 2 on PC. Whether or not I'm going to replay it on PC, I don't know. Never say never. Right now it's not in the cards, but at the same time I'm not opposed to it. I almost want to say I want to get a better graphics card, because along with that they also, I think they're up on Best Buy and other Micro Center. I think the new 50 series from GeForce, from NVIDIA, the graphics cards came out. But I'm hoping that those cards coming out means that the 40 series are going to start getting discounted. So now I'm looking at the 40 series, like, what can you do as far as deals for the 4070? And maybe I could put one of those fuckers in my tower, and I could run Arkham City smoother, and I can capture smoother without losing frames or doing anything like that. Will the gaming be on YouTube or Twitch? Well, I gotta be honest, right now I don't know if I'm gonna stream that. I feel like my best streams are the ones where I talk to you guys and I do topics. I feel like whenever I live stream gaming, I'm just not there yet. Like, I don't know what it is, but like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream where I was talking about the video that went up this morning about the Spider-Man animated show and my review for it, where when it comes to like reviewing shows and movies, reacting to movies and shows, and then of course games, it's so competitive that, as doom and gloom as this is going to sound a little bit, I do have of the mind that if you haven't made it, it might, unless you come up with something completely unique and fresh, it's over. And right now my mind state is not there to make something new and fresh, tackling the Spider-Man movies or the Spider-Man games, as far as like trailer reactions, trailer breakdowns, and then gaming. And like I said, as far as gaming, the most unique thing that I can do is retrospectives that line up with the anniversary of a year or something like that. And even then, they sometimes kind of struggle. Like, that's my lowest performing content. But if I'm going to do it, I want to do it with something that I'm proud of, which is, like I said, the retrospective stuff. Whereas streaming, I'm like, that's just going to clog up the stream, the notifications. I don't know. And I'll only be able to play the game for streams. Whereas if I play it off stream, I can play it whenever I want, capture as much of the footage as possible, and that way I have it all bucketed to then edit into a retrospective. Whereas if I stream it, again, I live with my parents. Hopefully not too long. Hopefully early this year, I'm finally out. But for the time being, I'm not in an environment where I can easily just stream every day. I'm like, no. There's going to be noise. There's going to be interruptions. I can't do it. Joshua, it's up. I did do a video. That's the thing. It's like, I don't know if it got sent. It's up on the channel. I did a video on the first 2 episodes. So yeah, when it comes to like live streaming, me playing some of the games, it's definitely one of those things where I'm waiting for the channel to get just a little bit on the bigger side. At least, I gotta be honest, 50,000 subscribers. So that way I know that when I go live, there's gonna be a constant flow of engagement in the chat for me to be able to like talk to while I'm playing through parts of the game, whether it be Spider-Man 2 PC version or Arkham City or some throwback. But yeah, right now we're not at that place. Right now I'm working on the stuff that I know works for the channel, which is the action figure stuff. But trust me, I definitely still want to factor in the gaming stuff. And I'm still, like I said, tossing around the idea of booting up the PC version of Arkham City, playing through that, capturing that footage, and doing a retrospective on that. But yeah, Joshua Knox, when you have a chance, check that out. Okay, guys, I'm losing my voice. We did the last topic. And like I said, I'm surprisingly busy. I actually have a number of things to do on not just for the channel, but also for my contract work. And then possibly even a second job that I might be starting in February, which is why I want to stay somewhat optimistic about possibly moving out and getting out of here by March, April time, and maybe being able to do some of those live streams and some of that content will be a bit more on the frequent side. But yeah, all right, I'm out of here, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for collaborating, chatting. Of course, Joshua Knox, Christian Corbett, Johnny Shen, Dr. Nobody. Who else? Comic Guy. Oh god, this thing is sticking. It's sticking. Why is it sticking? Jason's Electric. Dark Collector for super chatting throughout the day today. Actually, can I see? Yeah, Joshua, that's a good point. Like, when you try to appeal to everybody, you appeal to nobody. But yeah, and then of course to all of our super chatters, Joshua Knox, Brian's new dishwasher, and Dark Collector. Guys, I was not expecting that, but thank you. I appreciate it greatly. I really do need to come with that alert, now knowing that it could be a potentially frequent thing. But yeah, you guys are awesome. Again, thank you for tuning in. I wasn't planning on streaming too much today, but you guys made it worth it. Even though, like I said, I'm losing my voice, and I still need to record voiceover for some of this contract work. So hopefully, I can give myself a little bit of a break and come back to it. So, wish me luck with that. But thank you for the live stream, and I'll get back to work. Thank you guys, appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care, and as always, stay humble.